Hey guys, Adam Hurly here, a men's grooming journalist. I am here to talk about Laifen, a brand that's making some big waves in the electric device department for grooming. We're talking hair dryers, toothbrushes, and shavers. And today we are specifically talking about those shavers. I'm going to be talking about the P3 and the T1 razor, two very exciting devices, their debut in this category. These are beautifully designed, super powerful, really innovative devices, in some ways more than others. In fact, I will give you a spoiler. I'm gonna give both like a 3 out of 4 stars, a 4 out of 5 stars in their respective lanes. So let's get into my review of each of these devices. Let's start with the P3, this palm-sized shaver. It has 3 trimming heads on top of it there. Well, 1 trimming head and 2 foil shavers. I think the best comp for this device is the Arc 5 Palm from Panasonic. So a lot of my review is going to be couched in that comparison. I think this device has a lot going for it. I love the heft, the aluminum core. I think it's got great power. I do have to do a couple passes on few-day-old, week-old hair in order to trim it down and then shave it, but it is really efficient if I'm just going for the neckline. If I am wearing some scruff, I do think that it is a extremely sufficient device. That said, I do find that it's a little inferior in performance to the Arc 5 Palm from Panasonic. But that said, it is about half the price. So instead of spending upwards of $300, you're spending a little bit closer to $150, $200, depending on the day or the sale. Every time I use this on more scruff, actual whiskers and not stubble, it does require some extra tune-up afterwards, whether I'm using a manual razor or even just a beard trimmer to get all those extra strays. And so I'm giving this one, in terms of that performance, like a 4 out of 5. Because most days for me, I am just doing a quick cleanup, and if you're only chasing stubble, if you're a frequent shaver, this is gonna do the job, and it's going to do it very, very well. I do believe that most people who are maintaining a beard are probably just using their beard trimmer to shave their neckline. So if you're a shaver and you want a frequent device, perfect. One thing I love about both of these devices is the magnetic tops. It's just so nice how it goes on, and it protects that top while you are traveling. I do wish that it came with an actual core, an actual case similar to the Arc 5 Palm, which comes with a zip shut case, but this is really durable. I don't think you're gonna have any issues, especially because this stays in place. Now, I think some people like to hear how these sound, so here I'm gonna play this for you. Pretty par for the course, in my opinion. In terms of runtime, I did get about 15 minutes of extra runtime compared to the advertised amount. I did drain the juice on both devices all the way down and then charge them all the way. So you can see the stats here for the charge time, the runtime, and the quick charge time, which is me juicing it up for just 1 minute and seeing how long it lasts. Let's move on to the T1. This is the more interesting and innovative device of the two, in my opinion. This is the protective cap that it comes with. So you can see it is like a detail shaver. Maybe you just want it to clean up your neck. Maybe you want it for the periphery of your face. Maybe you just want to spot check certain things that the P3 is too fat for. You also can swap off the head. That magnetic attachment is so nice here too. And then you can put on the trimmer. Now I currently have one of the trimming guards on there. It comes with 3 of them. You can also take them off. It's a little stubborn, I find. Okay. Oh, I have some hairs in there from my last trim. Gross, they're on my keyboard now. Ew. I should have cleaned it better. Both of these are waterproof, by the way, so that's on me. Now, I want to point to something because I traveled with this device this last weekend, and I learned that you should travel with one of these on the teeth, even if it's loose in your bag, because look at that. One of the teeth broke off. So I would suggest traveling with one of the trimming guards on there. Unfortunately, there's not a protector that fits the trimmer itself, only one that fits the shaver. So I gotta take some points off for that, for the quality on those trimming teeth. As for performance though, fantastic device. I really, really love this one. This is the more special of the two in my opinion. I do love that the other one packs a lot of power into that palm. That said, it does come after the Arc 5, so Panasonic did beat it to the punch. I appreciate that it's much less expensive though. This one, speaking of cost, I think is a little overpriced. I always hesitate to say prices when I make my videos because I want them to be evergreen. I need y'all to just click the link and see what it's costing when you're watching this. That said, at the time of recording this, this is a little over 100, closer to like 120, 130, depending on the sale, depending on the day. Whereas this one is like 170, 180, depending on the day. And so I think while this one does act like a multi-groomer, and while these trimming guards are excellent as beard trimmers, as body hair groomers, and all that, I just think when you compare it to other multi-grooming devices like the Philips Norelco multi-groom, like the Braun Series 9, I just think this costing as much as those top tier devices that do actually so much more, clipper, detailer, all these different things with insane muscle, I don't think this one should cost more than 70 or 80 bucks. Now here's how it sounds. And by comparison, the sound when it has the foil shaver on top. It's a little louder than you'd think it would be. Still, I love the design. I love that it's shaped almost like a cartridge shaver, very similar to the One Blade from Philips Norelco. Another good comp for this device, in fact. And the One Blades cost like half as much as this, even though I think this is the more sleek, beautiful device of the two. I have to docket those points for the trimming tooth that fell off and the price. Battery-wise, this lasted twice as long, over twice as long as the P3. This one got me 270 minutes. Now, the nice feature of these devices is that they actually turn off after 10 minutes of continued use. I don't know why you would be using it for 10 minutes straight without turning it off anyway, but as I was testing it, I had to keep turning it on 27 times until it was finally juiced. All right, now some quick things about both devices. Both of them use a USB-C charge port. There's that one. Here's this one. They're both waterproof too, IPX7, if that means anything to you. So you can use them for a wet shave if you prefer it. Both devices have this travel lock, so if you hold the power button down, you will engage it and then you can't use it until you hold the button down again. You see that white light when it's running. It will flash red in roughly its last 10 minutes of runtime. That means you gotta juice it up again. And as of recording, the P3 comes in silver and space gray, just 2 colors, while the T1 comes in 3 colors. You have this blue as well as silver and space gray. So that does it for my quick review of these two devices. Performance-wise, they're terrific. I think quality could be a little bit better on those trimming heads. However, in terms of sleekness, design, longevity, these are terrific. I'm so excited to see Laifen making waves in categories like blow drying, electric toothbrushes, and shavers, because I think these categories only have 4 or 5 major players each, if that, and we need more competition. So consider me tuned in for whatever they make next. That does it for me, guys. See you in the next one.